Hello, my love. So, you have now made your way to your next spot, which is our spot, on the inside of the Student Center. Now, this spot has a whole lot of significance. First off, if you remember, we talked about after meeting each other that first day of chapel, we walked through those doors leading into this hallway. And it was that time that we said goodbye for the very first time. And we both kind of agreed that, after that goodbye, we were like, wow, we're going to miss that person. But hey, we got to meet each other again. But to explain why I chose this spot, as our hint alludes to, is where we met the beloved Ladybug, Frank. And we began, just having so many fun conversations in this spot. Whether it was talking about finances, when we started dating, and just thinking about what would marriage look like? What would you want in your ideal marriage? What would your finance look like? What would you want your money to go to? Or it was just having silly conversations about bugs or about just silly things that were going on campus. This became a spot for both good and hard conversations. A spot that we could go to and just talk and enjoy each other's presence, away from everyone, away from stresses of people, away from stresses of campus life. It was here that we could just go and escape. But that's not all. You didn't know this, but it was this spot in this hallway that I called you on one of the nights where I found out my mom had cancer. And it stands out to me so much because I remember you being the first person I wanted to call. You being the person that I wanted to hear her voice. I wanted to talk to and to do this with. And we weren't even dating at that point. We were still just friends. And I remember calling you, and it's going to get sad a little bit, but I remember calling you and crying in that hallway. And it didn't matter who else was around, who else was walking through the hallway. The only thing that mattered was I was on the phone with you. That the person that mattered so much to me was right there with me. Even though you couldn't be with me in person, you were right there with me. And I want to thank you for that, because that has been the theme so much, is that you've been there and you've been such a great support to our relationship. And I have been increasingly and overwhelmingly blessed by God to have you. But this space encompasses so much of who we are. It encompasses our ability to have serious conversation, as well as have very serious conversation. As let's say funny conversation and serious conversation. And that captures us from wrestling to just talking about silly things and talking about serious things. Encompasses us so much. But I just remember the many times that we went to the spot, whether it was night or day, cold or hot, that seemed to be a spot that was just ours. And even with people walking by, it didn't matter. It was just us, and it was us getting to experience each other one-on-one together. And so I want to thank you. I want to thank you for the memory of that spot. A spot that is just ours. A spot that no one else gets to take from us. I don't know. That spot just has so much and means so much to me. So with that, you get your next hit. So here it goes. Here we go to get caffeine, but also had a convo as a team. In my next video, I'll explain the last part of that hint, but I'll say the hint one more time just to make sure you got it. Here we go to get caffeine, but also had our conversation as a team. I love you so much.